Last time on Magical Miss. Through a lot of convincing and coaching, Dirk transformed into the newest magical boy, Crimson, lovingly nicknamed Prince by Pink and Blue. He seems reluctant to officially join the group, but maybe they can get him to warm up to it. The girls managed to get rid of the mirror world and save Sandra, but a few strings are left untied because they couldn't find Mrs. Fields in the mirror world. Izzy asked Benny out on a coffee date, and Willa got asked out on 1.5 dates? One with Caleb, and a World War II documentary viewing with Josh. The puppets may be gone, but Mariana is still out there lurking. It's time to grab your calendars. We have a busy week with the election, auditions, practices, and cotillions. Welcome to Magical Miss.
We are picking up on the morning after the concert. It's a Friday morning. Izzy, you have a coffee meetup with Benny in the morning.
Yep.
And Willa, you
are going to come along and sit in the car, or are you going to sit quietly at the table? Izzy's like, I am talking to Benny about something probably maybe important. I don't know what it's about.
Well, he's probably not going to be comfortable with me around, so I guess I'll twiddle my...
You can ask, but you have to be on good behavior.
I want a hot chocolate. Medium.
I'll get you sprinkles and whipped cream.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. Izzy just like preps for the day, messages Benny that she has to bring Willa, but if he prefers, she can sit outside. Because she's like, I don't exactly know what kind of conversation we're going to be having. It looked like a fun one, but just in case, I want to give you the option. But she does need a ride.
Do you want to convince him of having Willa there? Because he immediately texts you back the image, like the meme picture of a dog in a car that says, he's okay, the AC is on, and he's got his favorite tunes going.
And she's like, that is exactly what Willa would look like.
I'm peering over your shoulder. Like, God damn it.
Oh my god. I'll try to convince him. Why not? I don't see what that is.
6 and a 5.
Mm-hmm.
That's
that's gonna be like a
12 or 13.
Yeah, that's gonna be like a 12 or 13. I don't know what it is.
Emotional.
Wait, that's a 12.
Yeah. So you kind of mentioned that, and he is like, well, honestly, I would really just enjoy talking to you about this.
That's fine.
Because I'm not exactly... There's not a lot of people that know what we're going to talk about. It's fairly new, and that's about it.
Izzy sends a little thumbs up emoji, and then like a different image of that same dog in the car. And she's like, but this time like Willa is written over it. Of a hot chocolate just like superimposed over the dog's head or something.
He very like does the laughing reaction to it.
Izzy kind of like puts her phone away, and like they're in front of your house right now, Willa. And Izzy's like, okay, so you're gonna have to stay in the car, but I will bring you. Do you want a cookie, or do you want a croissant, or do you want a bagel?
I want a cake pop.
Okay, that's fine. Izzy's kind of just thinking in her head, just like, has this girl even had breakfast yet?
No, definitely not.
Oh my god.
Izzy doesn't have to know.
Izzy already knows. Mm-hmm. You probably haven't had breakfast.
Your dad comes out of your house with a lunch bag for you.
Oh.
He's like, yeah, you forgot a lunch.
Oh.
And
thank you.
Willa?
Yeah.
And he gets like on your eye level and he goes, was the boy yesterday nice to you? I saw like someone, it was a different car that dropped you off. Was that Carbondale boy nice to you?
Yes, he was. You remember Josh? He was also at the concert, and we met up with him, and since Josh lives in town, it makes more sense of him to drive me home than have Caleb drop me off here because he lives in Carbondale, but Caleb was fine.
Stanford folds his arms and goes, Josh Chase drove you home.
Yeah. I did not.
Willingly?
I did not punch. I did not threaten him. And I did not punch him either, so that's progress.
You see your dad kind of turns and goes, "You should have punched him." Izzy's just trying really hard not to laugh at the driver's seat, but she's failing miserably. He leans down and goes, "Oh, Izzy, hello! How are you today?"
Mr. O'Brien, I'm good. I'm doing good.
You're doing good.
We're gonna grab coffee before going to school.
Yeah, I'm.
It's a Friday. We're treating ourselves.
You've got to treat yourself, and I'm proud of you for getting Willa out of bed this early. You know.
No problem.
Well, Willa's wearing like a really big ass Diamante hoodie. It's probably like her dad or something.
Oh, it's a vintage hoodie.
It's a vintage hoodie.
Yes.
It's a vintage hoodie from like, I don't know how old Stanford is, but it's vintage. And she's just wearing like black leggings. She just wants to be comfortable now because she was uncomfortable all day yesterday.
There's nothing better than big shirt outfits.
And a big shirt, and her hair is like tied up in like
It's like super
puffy
poop right now.
I'm just a marshmallow right now, and I'm
Willow
crying.
looks like super Willow comfort mode.
Yeah.
She's cozy.
Yep.
She's a cozy girl.
Yep.
Yeah, your dad squeezes your bun and is like, "You have fun today. You guys have a good day. I know it's been a busy week for all of us."
Yeah.
Izzy's like, yeah, especially for you. I'm glad the voting machines have got all fixed.
He nods and you see him like look around and he runs to the nearest tree and knocks on it. He's like, "Yep, everything is great. Everything is wonderful. I love it."
Izzy kind of like watches him go, knocks on the wood, and she's like, "Did your dad really believe they were possessed by ghosts?"
I mean, considering some situations,
I mean, do you think it would have been Mariana that had...
I'm thinking Mario.
But then how'd he get rid of it?
I don't know. Maybe he's magical. I like look over my shoulder and I like watch my dad go back inside the house.
You see your dad is like shaking his hand because he knocked on the wood too hard. And he's like checking his knuckles for splinters.
Yeah, I don't think he's magical.
Probably not. No, probably not. Let's get going.
No.
Whatever it is, it's all fixed. Machines are good. There's no way in heck Mr. Fields, Gordy, whatever his name is going to win.
Definitely not. Oh, side note. So when Izzy put like her magic in the plushies and stuff, and it alerted us for Mariana's shenanigans, how does it alert us? Does it alert Izzy?
It'll be like a telepathic thing for Izzy.
Will it give me like a location because I can do the divination?
It will
It's not
give
divination.
you a...
It is divination.
It'll give you like the direction, but it
Okay.
won't give you like GPS coordinates.
Boo.
Like
Okay.
you will not get the latitude and longitude of it, but
It'll give me a direction.
like think of like a spot on your mini map and like an arrow pointing that way.
Okay. Like an
Like,
indicator.
Yeah, like it would be like you have to go this way to go get to it.
Okay. That makes
But it's not going to be like, in 2 miles, turn left.
I wish it was that. Or it would say like, Josh, in trouble, or something like that.
Right? I was like, will I know which one?
Yeah, it's like Morse code or whatever.
Do you turn on the radio?
100% sure. Unless Willa wants to do Spotify.
Spotify Premium.
Spotify Premium. And we're just listening to like our standard Izzy and Willa mix or whatever.
Oh, do you guys have one of those blend
added
mixes?
some more Bandit songs in there.
Yeah.
Cute. Like, oh, quick for a day! She like cranks up the volume.
It's just beat red at that song goes on.
You added that song to the playlist.
I added it to a different playlist.
You added it to this playlist.
And Izzy's just like, stop it! The driver's distracted, stop it!
No, I am the music person. You drive. Volume 222.
You hear someone honk behind you because the light's green.
And like Izzy just keeps driving. She just lets the music be as it is and just like enjoy the song, but she's exceedingly embarrassed whenever the song is being played too loudly.
I'm gonna text Caleb like, did you come up with a name for your plushie? LOL. Also hi.
Ooh.
Send.
He doesn't respond immediately.
Okay, fair enough. Curious because Willa always names her plushies.
Yeah.
Because she has Enrique,
Of course.
Enrique.
and then she has Frank the fire on her bed. The piece of fire on her
The piece of fire.
Yeah.
In which Izzy got after you pulled a very good prank off on someone. Featuring a very good spicy habanero.
You see that the coffee shop's kind of hopping this morning.
Oh, it's Friday.
It's a Friday. Everybody's treating themselves.
Very fair. Izzy hops out the car. She leaves it on. Windows are just cracked a little low. And then
it's winter. It's like fall/winter-ish time.
Oh,
so,
I mean, like,
so the heater's on.
okay, so the heater's on. The
Ultimate
windows are
toast
on.
mode.
Never mind. I'm still thinking that it's warm out because it's.
You're
warm
also
out right
like
now.
the top of the south, so it's like maybe 60 degrees.
60 degrees.
Yeah. Izzy kind of like grabs her little like small like hand purse and she's like, okay, never mind. I was gonna be a mom for a second. Never mind. I'll be back with your hot cocoa.
Okay, Mom.
Izzy like glares at you through the window and she's like, okay, just stay in the car. And she closes the door and like scurries on inside to see if she can find Benny.
Mm-hmm. Yep, he is there. You see that he's got like a laptop out, like it's a MacBook, and you see that he's like typing, like he looks like he's actually working.
Is there a way that I can like digitally order my drink so I don't have to stand in line?
No.
No, I have to stand in line. Okay. Izzy is going to go wait in line and like text Benny and just like a picture of himself, and she like puts a little like crown over his head and like whiskers on his face.
Aww,
Cute. He looks up and he smiles and like he waves. And you see that he's got a little mug of coffee, so it looks like he's been here a while.
Okay. Izzy just thinking to herself, like, okay, how much time do we have to be here? How much time do we have to go to get to school? And then she's like thinking and she's like, maybe I'll just listen to the Cinderella music play again. So she starts like, she puts that in her earbuds and just listens to that on her phone real quick as she waits.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it takes the intro song and a little bit into Cinderella's first solo, which is In My Own Little Corner, for you to get up to the top.
Okay. Izzy puts in her order of a green tea and then the medium hot chocolate with sprinkles and whipped cream and also a cake pop.
The barista looks at you and goes, all in the same drink? Like, do you want the cake pop in the drink?
That would be very interesting, but no. Is that a new thing you guys are doing?
I mean, yeah, for kids.
Actually, can I try that?
You see this barista goes and, makes everything and then plops the cake pop at the top, so it's just like this little cake pop with eyes staring up from the mountain of whipped cream. And they hand it to you and they're like, yeah,
Thank you. Yeah.
okay.
Izzy takes that and like her tea and she sets her drink down by Benny and then just scurries outside, gives Willa her drink, and then just scurries back inside. I get it. Izzy's like, it's for kids, and then closes the door.
Have fun with your talk, Mom. Oh, it's a little too hot.
Izzy like yells back from the door and she's like, don't drink it right away, it's hot. It's hot. And she just goes back inside and takes a seat by Benny and she's just gonna full on look over her shoulder to see what he's doing.
You see that as you sit down, he switches the page to a blank Word document.
Nuh-uh.
But
Izzy kind of like goes over, reaches over, and tries to tap on whatever the other tab was.
he's like, and he takes your hand in his.
And she like moves their hands away and she clicks it.
It is the homepage of a university. It is the homepage of Juilliard.
Oh, Juilliard!
And he looks and he goes, well, I suppose we can go without prelude, but
Benny Schwartz. What is your middle name?
I'm not telling you that. That's too much power for you.
Izzy kind of like pulls out her phone and just starts typing to Daisy to ask what his real name is.
He rolls his eyes.
And she's like, do I have to ask your sister or are you going to tell me?
Because, well, if I tell you something now, you won't know if it's true or not.
5, 4, 3, 2.
Amos.
Amos!
Oh, don't let Willa know about that.
Because Benjamin Amos.
Oh my god.
Amos.
Amos, yeah. Benjamin Amos Schwartz.
Amos.
Dumb middle name.
Izzy kind of looks at him and she's like, So your name is like Bass.
Well,
Bass?
Daisies is the same thing, essentially.
Is this also
Daisy Amalia.
Amalia?
Daisy Amalia, yeah.
Oh. Izzy starts to change both their contact information and her
It's like,
phone
son of
to
a bitch.
have their middle names. I love this. I love that so much.
He was like, I figured that there would be more exciting news than our middle names, but
I'm sorry, but when you have a middle name like Amos, you don't hear that. I'm sorry, but your dad is also named Obadiah, so I mean, yikes.
he nods and he goes, yeah, I mean, I'm lucky that Amos isn't my first name.
Izzy kind of sits there thinking for a bit, and she's like, well, it would certainly have been interesting. There's a lot more nicknames about you.
He rolls his eyes and he's like, oh, don't I know it?
He misses the shot again. And she like mimes like hitting a baseball.
He takes a sip of his coffee to hide a smile.
Sorry. So was the guy in the suit from Juilliard?
He nods and he goes, yeah, he was a scout that was just in the area and happened upon our show, and when he connected the two dots, let me know I got in.
So he personally told you that you were accepted into Juilliard. Where
You
is
see Benny nod.
Juilliard is on the East Coast. It's
like in New York.
Oh, that's an actual existing.
Oh yeah, no, yeah, Juilliard exists.
No, sorry. This is an actual existing school.
I was very close to saying Juilliard.
Okay, Juilliard. We could. But Izzy is like, okay, wait, you got in? Not that you're looking up the school because you want to go, but you got in.
He nods and he shows you that like he is signing in to like his like student account to like make choices and stuff. And he's like, I'm really excited about it.
That's so cool. And Izzy just starts like hitting the table. She's like, I can't believe you got in. That is insanely hard to get in. The trials, the application. Holy shit, Benny.
He nods and he goes, I just sent it in on a whim. I sent it on a whim. I didn't think it was gonna happen.
So you want to go to Juilliard?
You see him like sit and he thinks about
Daisy
it.
going to
And
Juilliard?
he is quiet there and he takes a sip of his coffee and he sets it down.
Daisy doesn't know you got accepted to Juilliard.
He looks and he goes, I'm telling you this because I love and trust my sister more than anyone in the world, but she already has ruled college out as an option for herself. That's not what she wants to do.
Okay.
And I know that if I told her that I got in to a school that I really wanted to go to, she would drop everything and all of our plans. So and he kind of claps and he goes, I would much rather talk this through with you.
When you say Daisy would drop all of your plans, does that mean that she wouldn't do the bandits anymore? That she would go to college now? Like, what are you thinking is gonna happen?
If I go to Juilliard, the bandits dissolve. But Daisy wants to take the bandits all the way. She wants us to go to LA, to go make it, you know?
Right. I asked her once about what she wanted to do, and it wasn't like an exact answer.
Because she doesn't really know. She's always been such a supportive person to me. And if I told her that, studying performance and going into the big leagues that way is what I wanted, she would support me in that, and I know she would. But then you see he starts to look a little worried. He's like, I can't be the reason she gives up on anything.
Well, from where I sit, as a friend, as someone who enjoys your music, I don't believe Daisy would stop on the basis of I've seen you guys perform and I've seen how much you guys love it. So even if it's not the Bandits, even if she makes a solo act in and of herself, she's still going to do something with music, just like how you're doing something with music. I don't doubt that's going to happen. So however you want to tell your sister, that is on you. I won't say anything. It was also good that we didn't bring Willa.
He's like, yeah,
Willa's dipping her hot chocolate.
Like, she's fine. The heat's on the car.
and she's listening to her favorite tune.
Oh, cake pop.
She is. I got her the kids' cake pop with hot chocolate. That's really.
She swirls the cake pop and the whipped cream, and she.
You see Benny starts texting from his computer, and Willa, you get a message from Benny that says, "Did Widow Willa get her cake pop?"
I like sent a selfie of me like eating a cake pop and I'm flipping him off.
He sends a quick picture of him flipping him
You
off.
wish you had this cake pop.
He's like half in the picture being like,
It's like, cake pops are just old cake smushed together.
I'm sorry you have a sad life and you don't enjoy cake pops.
Excuse us, the adults are talking.
Who wants to be an adult anyways? Dome, taxi
What's a market? But Benny,
shit.
after that,
is what that means.
he smiles and he looks over and he goes, I appreciate it. Granted, I got in, but I don't have to make a huge commitment until about December and everything, but
which is soon.
it's soon. Yes.
It's very soon.
And he goes, I haven't even told my parents yet. You're the first person I've told.
Izzy's face kind of she gets like a very like pursed lip, like wide-eyed look of like, oh, I am the first person that was told, huh?
Yikes.
And she's like, and she kind of like just like nods and she looks at Betty and she's like, thank you. I know I kind of half forced you to go to coffee, but I'm glad that you still felt comfortable enough to.
He goes, no, I mean, I had a whole speech prepared and, was ready to say my case, but
Yeah, no.
and he kind of like leans back a little bit and he goes, I want to support my sister. I want to create that vision that she has in her head for us, but I can't move to LA. LA is not for me. We've been to LA several times. It's never felt like home. New York, however, and you see he like gets kind of like a shine in his eyes and he's like,
Well, New York has Broadway, it has all this life and music. It's also a lot closer to Diamante than LA is.
On the same coast.
It's on the same coast.
He
yeah.
smiles and he goes, yeah, I'm starting to realize that home has never really been a place, but
Well, it's who you have. And Izzy like thinks to herself of Arthur and like the house that they have, and even though like that house isn't exactly home, it's where Arthur is, it's where her dad and her mom are whenever they are around. So it's like that's where it's comfort. It's where Willa is. And Izzy kind of shrugs, just like, you'll make a home. Home is where people are that you care about. It's not going to be a place.
he nods and he's like, you're right. And he just shakes his head and he goes, when did life get so complicated?
Probably about the time that we got critical thinking skills. And you could actually form thoughts.
I was gonna say when we became magical.
And he's like, nah, it's a lot more introspective than that. But Izzy shrugged. She's like, yeah, there's probably a lot of things, but it's when you look around and you realize the world is a lot bigger than you thought it was.
He nods and he's like, yeah. Are you and Willa gonna be okay losing one of your Power Rangers next year?
Part of the rainbow may be gone, but you're still close by. It's just like with Jillian being gone to trade school.
He sits and thinks for a minute and goes,
Oh yeah.
A really scary senior from last year.
He's like, oh
Yeah,
oh.
We became friends with
You guys
her.
are friends?
she's more friends with Willa. She was just very quiet all the time. She was just always there.
She's my boxing coach. Willa says in the car. She's a boxing coach.
You see, Benny kind of thinks for a minute, and he's like, oh, I never, huh.
A lot of things can connect you.
She drove us around in a scary death metal pickup truck, no seatbelts, and roll-up windows.
And the AC
Did
worked
not
on
exist.
worked on a good day.
You see, Benny kind of like puts two and two together, but he closes his laptop and he goes, well, I just wanted to ask you that. If you don't mind, I might ask you for more advice, but
Yeah.
I'd like to keep this under wraps for a bit more longer.
Izzy just gives me like double thumbs up, and she's like, "Whatever you need, I got you." And Izzy kind of like looks at her watch, and she's like, "Okay, we should probably get going. We do have a late day."
You see him like stretching his arms over his head, and he goes, "Oh, you can go. I'm gonna take a little bit longer."
You seniors are crazy. You know that?
He goes, what are they gonna do? Expel me?
Izzy is just like, maybe. You never know. Izzy kind of like takes her little tea and she like rumples his hair up. She's like, "I'll see you after." Oh, shut up. And she kind of just like rumples it again. She's like, "I'll see you after school."
He waves.
And she's like, kind of just like, "Yay, tryouts!" And she's just like that very nervous, excited energy. And she like just like leaves the coffee shop and rejoins Willa in the car.
So, what were you talking about?
Izzy kind of looks at you and she's like, "Adult things." And she kind of like blows you a kiss and like and starts driving us both to school.
Gross. And then I take out my phone and then I text Josh and I'm like, "How's your face?" I'm a split lip.
You
How's your face?
you get a text from Josh pretty immediately
Yeah.
that says, what the fuck are you talking about?
You got your face fucked up at the concert or whatever. Is it? I don't know. Did you have to get stitches or something for it?
It takes him a while. But he sends you a message back at the same time that Caleb sends you a message, which Caleb sends back, I really hadn't thought about it yet. What do you think I should name him? Smiley face. And Josh has sent you a selfie. It is a pretty nicely framed photo of his face. He's got a little bit of like his split lips still there, but the rest of him looks pretty okay. There are some bags under his eyes. He's a little tired, but it looks like he took a very long time trying to like position himself with the
Make
best
himself
light.
look very nice and not too tired.
He just commented on it with, it's fine.
Looks fine to me.
And then he kind of looks over and like she wants to like try and like see the photo.
You drive.
Izzy's like, in the back of her head, she's like, "Oh, I have plans now."
And then I text Caleb. I'm like, his name could be Alphonse.
Alphonse.
Yeah, Alphonse, the really ugly looking potted plants plushie on his dashboard.
Caleb reacts with a heart and is like, I love that. And you see that he is holding up Alphonse and he's in his swim cap.
Oh.
And he's like, I had a morning swim today, but Alphonse was keeping me company and making sure my phone was okay.
I like react with like a smiley face. Hey, yay. I just put my phone down because I don't know what else to say.
Izzy's like, "It's hot. You
I
gotta
got
blow
the whip.
on it."
No, I like inhaled the whipped cream.
And he's like, "That's still on your cocoa. Would you lick all that off as you start?"
Don't question my methods of consuming this hot beverage.
I will question everything about you, dear. Izzy, when she pulls into the parking spot, will just kind of like look at Willa down the eye and just like take her phone.
No, what are you doing? What are you doing?
Just like keeps it her way and just starts setting both the profile pictures as the pictures that they just sent you. She draws like a little crowns on like both of their heads, and, like whiskers on them or something.
What are you doing?
Izzy's like,
What are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing? What are you
nothing. She closes it all out so you can't see.
I like take the phone back and I immediately looked at the damage of what you had just done.
You should keep it.
So wait.
I, for one, am here for Catboy, Josh, and Caleb.
Because they both follow you around. And she gets out of the car.
Follow me around.
Izzy takes her tea and her 2 bags that she always carries with her with all her shit. And she kind of looks at you and she's like, yeah, that's true.
No, yeah, they don't follow me around. Josh is just here because we go to the same school. Caleb technically doesn't follow me around.
They're both obsessed with you, though. And she closes the driver's side door and just waits for you to get out. Izzy opens your door and she's like, yeah, hon, come on, let's go. We gotta go see a couple people.
Okay. I get out of the car and follow Izzy.
Yeah. I would like to see if Dirk is doing okay.
Mm-hmm. Yep, you walk in and school is pretty normal. You see a couple of teachers are like kind of gossiping a little bit, and like it's like Miss Bird and
Oh, that's good.
Or the choir director.
Miss Day.
Okay.
And
Spanish.
you see that they're kind of like talking amongst themselves and like making sure that kids aren't around as they're kind of like, oh my god.
I don't overhear this conversation.
No, 100%.
Which you do see Mark kind of joins in, and like he's got a little clipboard and he's kind of like, you know, whispering with them and like pointing to the clipboard and like
Mark?
Mark's in on it.
Who's Mark? Again?
Your friend. Your
secretary.
Your
friend.
secretary.
Oh,
friend.
right.
Yeah.
It's been a minute. Sorry. Mark? Mark! We have so many fucking white boy names. Come on.
We sure do.
Something like Obadiah. I was like, dude, the whole time I'm gonna get it.
Well, at least you're friends with Mark, so we can get the scoop on him when he's done.
Izzy will just like walk up to Mark. She'll listen as much as she can, but if not, she's gonna start chatting with Mark about her dad being in town and a possible poker night on
Are
Sunday
you
night.
trying to be stealthy about it?
I would like to start to be stealthy at first.
Okay. Then I'm going to need you to roll a... Keep your wits about you. Which is plus persona.
I did experience persona literally this earlier today.
Oh, 12.
12, dirty 12.
Yep, you are... you sneak in pretty well, and so you aren't noticed immediately, and so you hear Mark go, so we have coverage for her first, second, and third hours at least, and then we should have a substitute coming in to handle more of the afternoon classes, but I do have just a study hall of hers at 7th hour that we really don't have coverage for. One of you guys, I know that's your planning period, if you would be able to take that. And you see Miss Day kind of like rolls her eyes and is like, I'm not really super thrilled about that. And she kind of catches your eye and goes, oh, Izzy, Isabella, ¿cómo estás?
Oh, bien, ¿y tú?
Yeah, bien.
Oh, okay. Izzy kind of turns to Mark and she's like, sorry, I just want to make sure that you got our text about poker night. If you were good for like Monday night or Sunday night. Or if you didn't have a preference, if you could make it.
Mark's got his clipboard up and he goes,
Did I not send it? I did send it, didn't I?
and you see he
told
like
Arthur to.
shifts the clipboard to the side and pulls out his phone and he goes, I'm sorry, I might have missed it. It's been a busy morning. When did he send it?
It should have been last night, about 7 or 8. It might have been either poker night or D&D with the invitation.
It was poker night. I'm sorry.
No, you're good. You guys seem busy. Is everything okay?
Yeah, just a teacher called out, a teacher sick, so no big deal.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's a shame. Which teacher is it?
And you see Mark goes, actually, it's your trig teacher, Mrs. Fields. She,
okay.
she actually, if you can put some good thoughts out there, she's in the hospital right now. She was, unresponsive this morning, and Gordy was having a bit of a time with it. He called it in for her, so.
Izzy is like open mouth being like, unresponsive? Oh my god.
They're thinking, it was a nervous break, but, please don't. And he looks at you and he goes, I know I can trust you to not spread a rumor.
No, yeah.
And he looks very seriously at you like,
No, that's just very... I saw her yesterday and she looked a little nervous about the elections, but she seemed fine.
He nods and he goes,
Okay.
sometimes these things happen.
Yeah.
And Ms. Bird kind of looks and goes, we might have to talk a little bit more about, like, anatomy kinds of things in bio. You know?
Yeah, sure.
I know we're doing a lot of, like, a lot of mammology and a lot of, herpetology and things like that.
Right.
But we might have to do a quick detour into anatomy just to keep everybody in line. And you see her look around and she goes, because the state of health classes in this school is, well, that's none of my business.
What was this a jab at?
What was this a jab at?
Miss Velasquez walked by as she said that, as Miss Velasquez teaches gym and health.
Oh, okay. I was like,
she's snarky anyways.
yeah, she is. Izzy kind of nods and she's like, oh, okay, yeah. Happy to go to Real-Minded Education is always good. Mark, I'll see you for poker night.
Mark kind of waves and nods and then goes back to it, and they're
Yeah, and
kind of discussing things.
Izzy kind of like scampers back over to Willa, and she's like, Miss Velasquez is in the hospital.
You mean
Like,
Mrs. Fields?
yes, Miss Fields. Miss Velasquez is completely fine and just got a little jabbed at by the
Velasquez
teacher
is
for
cool.
being
Oh
not teaching anatomy.
Mrs. Fields or Mrs. Fields?
That's a great question.
Because if it's Mrs. Fields, oh no, the world's ending. But if it's Mrs. Fields, then oh shit.
Izzy
But
kind of is like,
I do not.
just give me a
I do not want to go back in the hospital and try to.
I know you don't. I don't even know how we would have time. Izzy kind of like takes you and she's like, we're just gonna take a quick detour to the bathroom, and
Okay.
and just takes you to the bathroom because she's going to try and do a divination onto the hospital to see if she can find if Miss Fields is actually there. So she's gonna either like just blank stare at a wall for a while. And she doesn't need to be seen for that.
Yeah, fair enough.
Roll your divination.
She like drops all her
I'm
bags.
like braiding your hair to make it look like that I'm just like braiding your hair in the bathroom. You're just staring.
Oh
at
yeah.
Yeah, I just stare dead into the mirror
As you roll
braid my
that,
hair.
Lene walks in to go to the bathroom and she looks over and she goes, "You're doing that wrong," and then goes into a stall.
Izzy can't really hear this at the moment, but she got a 13.
Oh, fabulous!
Yeah.
Yes. Oh, perfect. You stare into the wall and you see a hospital room.
Mm-hmm.
You see Gordy Fields is sitting at the bedside of someone and he's talking to a nurse and just kind of like explaining a situation. He looks pretty distressed. He looks a little freaked out, and you hear him go, "Now see, I'm thinking it's those mind control aliens that I've been talking about. If she had just been wearing the hat I made for her." But you see Mrs. Fields, and she is sitting upright in the hospital bed, and you see that her eyes are open, but her expression is glazed. Just as we, the audience, saw at the end of last session, where she had just kind of sat up in bed and was just kind of sitting like that.
And like basically stared at Izzy as she was looking at
Or
her.
was it kind of like the broken Sandra marionette situation where she was just kind of sitting there?
Similar. Izzy, as you were looking at this scene, you see that Mrs. Fields does look up, and you see her eyes narrow just slightly. And then she goes back to staring ahead, but you see that neither Gordy nor the nurse noticed because they were in conversation together.
Okay. Izzy would can she also divinate the wet goods store? I don't know if there's
I'll give you that because you have a 13.
either that or like the classroom, because she's like thinking about, is there something else that's controlling Miss Fields? Is something going on with those sand sculpture
The
things
assault?
still? Maybe still the assaults. Like,
You see that the wet goods store is closed, and there is a small sign on the front door that says, closed indefinitely, family emergency. But you also see that indefinitely is spelled wrong.
It's spelled with an A.
Indefinitely.
Izzy kind of like chuckles a little bit as she comes out, and she's like, okay,
Lene's in the bathroom, so don't talk too loud.
shit, okay. Did you braid my hair?
Yes, I did.
Izzy kind of like looks side to side. She's like, this is different.
It's cute. I figured I would do something.
If you can call that braiding. And you see that Lene is washing her hands.
Fuck off, Lene.
Excuse me. I don't really think that's a way to talk to somebody, Willa.
I'm not in the mood to talk to you.
No, of course you're not. You're too busy, divulging important sports secrets to little boys at Carbondale, aren't you?
What?
Oh, I heard that you're on the guest list for the cotillion coming up.
And I also know that you're not. And Izzy kind of just taps her on the shoulder, and she's like, well, we gotta go check something else out before classes start.
Oh, yeah, we gotta think of our outfits.
I already have like 5 different planned out.
What?
I mean, like, ideas. I have
5?
sketches for the tailors.
I'm like, do you have to wear 5 different dresses at the cotillion?
The person who the cotillion is for does, if they really want to. It's like normally 2 or 3 dresses, but
You
like they
see-
could probably do 5.
Lene like dries off her hands and like she tosses the paper towel and she goes,
Well, it'll be so fun to see you both dressed up. You know, it's always fun to see pigs in pretty outfits. Bye.
and she tosses her hair back and walks out. Yeah.
Magic the bitch out of her.
I don't know what this is.
That was a 3.
10. Can I...
Tire shoelaces, make her fall.
Yeah, let's go with the classic fall on her face.
Oh yeah.
Delightful. That's exactly what's gonna happen. Actually, wait, no. I might have the door shut just so we can hit her in the face. Because I can open and shut doors, so I just want the door of the bathroom to like super
Oh, yeah.
shut. Either like hit her on the way out or hit her as she's trying to leave.
Oh no, it hits her in the face and she goes, oh, my nose.
Careful about that nose job, honey. Those are expensive, I heard.
You see her look behind you and she glowers and she flips you off before she leaves.
I will destroy her one way or another.
Izzy's like, just let me know when the final blow is happening, because I would love to take a picture of this.
Oh, fuck yeah. You still have the black book, right?
Oh yeah, no, it's in my locker.
Oh, good. And I tie off the braid finally, because your hair is like really super duper long. Like,
Yeah.
you could use this as a weapon if you really wanted to.
If
Just saying.
you were done with my braid, I was really thinking about just flicking it into her face when she was washing her
You
hair.
do have the range for it. It's like really long.
Yeah. Izzy's like,
Improvised weapon.
right? A little hair flip. Oh my gosh. Izzy kind of looks at the door and she does, I think she has a hold too because of that, I wish. So she'll just lock it from the inside real quick just so no one else can come in.
Okay.
And she's like, okay, so Mrs. Fields, I checked on her last night and she described like how she sat up in bed, how she kind of half saw her, and how she's in the hospital the same way, just full on staring. She had like a bit of sand in her hand though the night before when she was at home. Did she have that when she was in the hospital?
You
You
didn't
didn't
see.
describe. Okay,
Yeah.
I didn't see it. So what we can either do is either go into their house, which is a little bit more breaking and entering than I would like,
Yeah.
or we see her in the hospital. Which we could swing if we ask if we can visit her on our lunch break, maybe?
Our lunch break? You think we're gonna make it to the hospital, get past through security, go and find her room, heal her, come back, drive here, and be on time for Spanish? Because we always keep on getting late to Spanish.
You guys haven't been to Spanish.
We Spanish.
So many times that Izzy is still doing really well in that class.
We cannot have another detention.
Who heals out of the two of us? Who can heal?
I really about what happens if what happens?
What could you misband?
I can't misband. I'm the only good trumpet.
Okay, then for once he can focus on another fucking section than the trumpets, okay? We can focus on another.
What happens if I heal this Mrs. Fields and it's just a doppelganger and she just falls into a pile of limbs and who's going to explain that?
Something's happening. There's something still that was going on with that sand, so it's either we figure out what's going on with the sand, if there's something else that's going on. I can only see so much. And
Maybe if we just
I
focus on
also
the
have-
sand, maybe. I really don't want to go back to the hospital and pass out potentially again because I already have a track record with the ER nurses down there and I don't want to.
oh, that's right. Oof.
Yeah.
Could I? Would you say it was it would be a mental or another like mystical or divination to deduce possibly where is the best spot to look for any sand? Like, should we go to their house? Should we go to the record store? Should we go to the hospital?
Are you doing like a divination to like locate sand?
Magic Mariana sand?
Yeah, I mean, like, I would like to do that. The only problem is with divination is you see a location.
Roll a divination with disadvantage.
Okay. We can do this. 6s all around, baby. That's a 1 and a 1.
That's a 5.
You start, like, you see flashes. You see the wet goods store. You see under the sea. Like, you see what the rift looks like. You see the bottle on Dirk Jensen's desk. You see a bedroom that you're not super familiar with. You see, it's like just shot after shot after shot after shot, and it's like a little overwhelming.
Okay.
So it's one of those that it's unfortunately not in a central location, and it gets to be a little too much as you're looking with your third eye.
Izzy kind of grabs onto Willa a little bit for balance. She's like, okay,
No good?
I think it's in too many places.
Really?
I don't know. I saw a bedroom. I saw a desk.
Mhm.
I saw the ocean, like the rift. Like the sand is rift sand.
Can we focus this on tomorrow so we have the whole day and not crunch a hospital visit during lunch? Can we wait until tomorrow for that, Izzy? I just want to have a normal-ish day at school for once.
Well, Willa, your day tomorrow has the World War.
That's a matinee, though. So
documentary.
after the matinee.
And then you were gonna hang out with Caleb in the evening.
Yeah, so Izzy kind of like folds her arms and she's like, so, when are we going to visit a hospital visit into the next couple of days? Willa?
Saturday night. Saturday night after Caleb's date. Hopefully it doesn't go too long. We can go into Sunday. That's fine. We have another Sunday. I really do not want to crunch our lunch period to go to a hospital. We're already in trouble with VP Todd. We're on his
You hear
watch
first, Mel.
list. We gotta go.
Mm-hmm.
We gotta go. As a hall monitor, we gotta go.
You're the hall monitor here, not me.
I know, so we gotta go.
Izzy kind of just like reluctantly goes along because all she's thinking about is like, what is going to go on with this sand? What could happen? What could go wrong?
You leave the bathroom and you have a text from Daisy that says, hey, did you make it to school okay?
Izzy messages back, yeah, I made it fine. We just stopped by your family's coffee shop again.
Oh.
I got a hot chocolate.
Yeah.
I like grab the phone. Willa here. Willa, I got a hot chocolate with cake pop.
Izzy's like, yeah, the one that the kids drink.
You see Daisy thumbs that up and is like, well, I'm glad someone's enjoying that.
Izzy kind of messages back, sorry, I've been busy thinking about, we didn't really take care of everything last night, and I'm worried about what else there still is to take care of. And Willa's trying to talk me down from trying to visit the hospital at lunchtime.
No, because we've already missed Spanish. I grab her phone back.
Izzy takes the phone back and she's like, okay, it's me again. Willa, just stop taking my phone and just text you like a normal person too.
You head into just the girls group chat.
The girls.
The girls.
You head into bio with the last message from Daisy being like, do you just want to meet up during your second hour and talk about this?
Izzy's like,
Your TA time.
my TA time. Izzy's like, that would be great. And Izzy kind of just like silently like just sits through like the entirety of bio being like, what could possibly go wrong throughout all of this.
Willa remembered, oh wait, that's right, Caleb's date. I asked Caleb like, well, what do you have in mind for this date? Question mark. Because she totally forgot about it, honestly.
He sends back a quick message of, I'm about to start my first hour, but we have a really nice mall in Carbondale that's got some really nice shops and really good restaurants that I think we could have a good time in. There's also a roller coaster inside.
That's the one with the amusement park inside. In caps. I was thinking like information of having this party. It's the Mall of America, but it's Carbondale. It's the Mall of Carbondale. It's the Mall of Carbondale.
Oh, G9, you wonderful human being. Thank you for reading my mind.
L period, yes period.
He sends back a heart and is like, yeah, it'll be really fun. Do you want to meet up at like 5?
When we say we meet up, I can't drive
Oh,
there, remember?
sorry, I didn't realize you didn't have your license.
Oh, it's safe for the public that I don't drive.
No, I can pick you up.
Okay.
Unless Josh wants to chauffeur you. Wink.
I think he has swim practice.
Oh, he needs as much as he can get. And he sends it with a smiley face. It's like, see you at 5 then.
You gotta roast him, and he's not even in this group chat.
In front of you, you see Josh sneezes.
Damn.
Yeah. Damn. I'm sorry.
Okay, well, I'm in bio right now, so have fun with your class, bye. And
Oh, I'm in physics.
in physics.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
Ew, physics.
Fuck, it's science,
Ew.
but with more math.
You see that Jazz comes in late and she hands in a tardy pass to Miss Bird, and you see her like drop her books beside you, and she flops into her chair and like looks at you, Izzy,
Izzy kind of like looks up
and
to
like
the front
folds her arms.
and then looks back at Jazz.
What's going on?
I don't want to talk about it.
All right, Miss Grumpy Pants.
Izzy's like,
Willa, could you please tell Izzy that I'm not talking to her?
She's literally, really? We're going to be in middle school now? She's literally right next to me.
She folds her arms and she goes,
If you want to talk like a mature adult, you should learn how to communicate.
Izzy kind of kicks Willa under the table.
Well, back to normal. She has to be extra spicy.
Yeah, I'm not.
Well, Willa, it seems as though Izzy thinks that she's just going to waltz in when I'm the vice president of...
Are you really that
theater
insecure? That's really sad.
Lene, could you please tell Willa and Izzy that I'm not talking to them right now?
Oh my god. I'm picking parts of everyone. I do not care.
It doesn't even fucking turn around.
Izzy messages Willa, to be fair, I don't think either of us could win right now. No one's going to win this right now.
I will win.
Izzy kind of has a salute and a nice little good luck, like, four-leaf clover. She's a little leprechaun. And she kind of just settles back and is just like, if this girl wants to act like this right now when we have been nothing but nice this entire time, she can. I don't understand what's going on right now. I just got a call back yesterday. That's it.
Yeah, but if she's being mean to you for no out reason, she's not going to communicate why, then that means I'll have to be nice to her back. I have no consequences in this.
Izzy kind of looks to Jazz and then like looks to Willa and she's like, and she kind of just sits back as it's like, if you don't want to talk about anything, you don't have to talk. You can share on your own time.
You see Jazz writes a note and passes it to you, Izzy.
Izzy passes it back.
I'm watching.
She writes,
Passy.
read this on the top of it.
I push the note back.
Izzy's like, you can talk out loud.
We're in the middle of class.
You said hi to me. Good job. And she pats the back of her hand and like pays attention to the teacher again.
You see Jazz kind of like pushes her hair back and like she sits and she leans over and she goes, "Why are you even auditioning?"
Izzy kind of tries to not smile and she's like, aren't we in the middle of class?
Well, you wanted to talk, so let's talk.
Okay, I thought I pulled something.
Well, you wanted to talk, so let's talk.
If I'm interested, why can't I audition?
Am I sitting in between Jazz and Izzy?
Yes.
I'm like just in between. I'm leaning backwards. I'm like,
Well, I mean, anybody can audition, but it's, you know, it's one of those things that it's gonna look suspicious if, And she pulls out her phone and she passes it to you, and there's a picture of you and Benny from the coffee shop this morning, like sitting next to each other, and she's like, it's gonna be suspicious, you know, if...
are you stalking my best friend?
I'm just saying that the Schwartzes
donate a lot of money to the theater troupe. And she like holds up a hand and she goes, the Schwartz family donates a lot, so they kind of earn their way into their good parts. But like, it's gonna be suspicious if Benny's girlfriend just magically gets a good part.
I sit back and I take a picture of like Jazz like menacingly leaning into Izzy. I take a picture of this and I send it to the group chat. I'm like, Jazz is threatening Izzy for the theater bullshit or whatever, and I am in the middle of this. Please send help.
Izzy clicks the phone so it turns off.
Mm-hmm.
First, I'm not dating Benny. I want to date Daisy. Let's make that clear first. Second,
You see Jazz kind of like her brows go up and
Second, they are both amazing on their own terms, and they don't need to have money get donated for them to do this.
you see Jazz kind of sits up a little bit and she
I
goes,
appreciate the concern,
I just
but
wanted.
I'm fine, thank you.
She was like, I just wanted to look out for you because some people are really shady about like nepotism at this school. You know? I just wanted you to make sure that like if you got in or like got a call back just because you're connected to them to like own up to it, you know?
I would appreciate that be the conversation than you asking someone else to talk to me for you. So
She-
let's start with that next time.
she nods and she goes,
I'll admit I came out a little strong.
A little.
Izzy kind of stomps on Willa's foot again.
but you see Jazz like leans forward and she goes, but I'm an ally. So it's all good. Like, you and Daisy would be so great. Solidarity.
Okay.
And she sits forward.
That does not erase the fact that you were being all shady with Izzy earlier.
Izzy kind of like digs a little bit of her heel into the top of Willa's foot.
Anyway, did you feed the turtle?
Yeah, we fed him before you came in.
Okay. It's just, it's been so stressful, you know? Like, I know I'm only a junior, but I'm already applying to all the best schools.
Izzy can see
We're
Willa
also
like
Judas.
trying to hold it together and not
It's stressful.
try to hot sauce her right
It's
now.
a stressful time.
Yeah, you know, I've been applying to all the different schools and like, I even sent in a self-tape. So like, if that works out, I'll be on Broadway soon.
Izzy just keeps on doing the nice and just like nods as she like tries to now pitch.
And like, I'm cool, you know, I'm cool with you guys, you know? So cool.
I'm glad we've made up.
Me too. And she like pats your guys' hands like, me too.
Izzy kind of smiles very sweetly and turns back towards the front, and she kind of gives like Willow this very like wide-eyed like, and just like
I open my phone and I put Jazz on the hit list. But with an asterisk, small spice, not big spice.
Baby spice.
Baby spice.
there's the number of asterisks is akin to how
It's
many
the level of hotness or spiciness.
yeah that they get hit with.
Yeah. She's a baby. She can't even handle ghost pepper.
The bell rings and when you check your phone again in the Schwartz group chat, you see that Daisy has reacted to the picture with a question mark. And Benny hasn't responded at all.
Oh, great. Jazz is being really shady and being really mean to Izzy without any context, and then she was talking some bullshit about the theater and callbacks, and she was just very insecure, and it just made me very upset, and she just ignored me like I wasn't even there. I was sitting in the middle of this stupid conversation. I really wanted to smack her.
I'm very glad you did it. That would have led you to detention. You can hot sauce her, the baby one later. The one you can one hot pepper it.
I know what I'll do.
Let me know when, because this is what I want a picture of. Izzy's messaging in the chat, and she messages Daisy privately. Where do you want to meet up?
You'll be in the library, right?
Well, that is my default. But if you wanted to meet up somewhere else, Izzy kind of like has like a cute little emoji of, like, if you want to meet up somewhere else.
Ooh.
Yeah, the little fingers touching is like, if you want to meet up somewhere else.
Roll me 2d6.
Oh my god!
Ooh.
Stop! Hold up.
Get some good rolls in there. A 4 and a 4.
Yeah, that's an 8. That's an 8.
Yes, that's an 8.
Daisy's like,
Well, I know the auditorium will be empty right now.
Ooh.
Okay. Let me just check in with Miss Branson and I'll meet you there. And she has a little emoji of a man running.
There's like a little
The flirtiest emoji I've ever seen.
I was like, I will be there.
And she goes, okay, cool. I'll see you then.
Izzy is like kind of like on cloud nine as she's like walking to the library so she can talk to Miss Branson real quick. And then she's like, oh shit, Miss Branson. And she's like gonna try, like, is there any way she can like do an investigation of any photos of them, of Mr. Branson and or her being super sweet and kind and loving in the community?
wholesome pictures of.
Is there a wholesome picture that either she might, for whatever reason,
Roll me.
Pretty
Plus. Roll me plus persona.
I can do that.
While she's doing that, while like we're walking out of class, I like catch up to Josh, and I'm like, "Hey, so you know, I obviously don't have a car. Are you able to pick me up for the movie on Saturday? If not,
He like grabs your arm and pulls you into like an alcove of like a classroom so that like everybody's walking by,
okay."
and he's like, "Sorry, this is an important conversation."
Okay, just give me a warning next time.
Yeah, I can pick you up. That's fine.
Okay, cool. I just didn't know because you said you had swim practice, and I don't know how that long.
Like,
goes.
yeah, it's in the morning, but
Okay.
it's like the showing starts at like 12:30, right?
Something like that.
Yeah. And did you want to get food before it?
Oh my!
Or after it? I mean, my dad's working a double, so
Why not,
like
why not before? Because you just get out of swim practice, and I'm assuming you get like super hungry after that. So.
I mean, I can eat after practice. It's yeah, okay.
Okay.
So when should I pick you up?
Just let me know. I don't know. I don't know. When does your practice usually end?
I mean, it starts at like 7, so it's
7?
yeah, it's a morning practice.
Ew, at the butt crack of dawn?
Yes, at the butt crack of dawn. What the fuck does that even mean?
It's too early. It's a Saturday. I feel like you could have like I don't know.
Listen, we're going to nationals this year, and we're beating Carbondale.
Is
I
this-
gotta practice.
Like, are you for sure going to nationals? Is this like
Well, we haven't qualified yet. Like the season, we haven't gotten to those qualifying matches yet.
okay. Yeah. Show Carbondale who's boss. I'm tired of seeing the same fucking name for the trophy every time.
We both look up and. But no, and Josh is like, "Oh, what? Now you're suddenly full of school spirit? Now you?" And then he kind of sits and goes, "Did Caleb do something?"
No? Why?
Nothing. You just were starting to talk shit about Carbondale, so I thought,
Well, I mean, considering I'm going to be going up against Carbondale, but it's the basketball team, like, I'm starting to feel my competitiveness for that.
he nods and he goes, "Good. You should. You're a bunch of assholes."
Yeah, actually, most of them are.
Yeah. Anyway, I'll pick you up then,
Okay.
and we'll hang out.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Good thing you didn't need stitches for your face or whatever.
Oh my god,
What
it doesn't even look that bad, right?
No, but it looked pretty bad when I actually saw you yesterday. Who did you get into a fight with?
Don't worry about it. It was.
I exactly know.
It was.
Yeah.
You know, shit happens. And I was just trying to do the right thing.
Okay. Very vague, but okay.
Yeah, my dad didn't let me fucking hear the end of it, so you know. I got really good at being vague about it.
Well, listen, if you want to fight someone, then yeah, at least have to learn how to properly punch people. I'm just saying.
Oh, you know how to punch people.
I look at him and I lean closely. I'm like, I know how to punch people.
You see, he blushes a little bit. He's like, take your word for it. Prefer my lip to not be split again.
Okay, well, I gotta get to bed.
Okay, bye.
Okay, bye.
As you're walking to band, you get a text on your blue phone
Mm-hmm.
that just says, "Hey, can you talk?" from Josh. And then a subsequent text that says, "I'm really confused about something."
Oh no.
You did ignore him the other day. You gotta give the boys the
true.
time of day.
It's true. Like, yeah, I'm doing patrols right now, so I won't be able to respond immediately.
That's cool. I go to lunch at like 12-ish.
Okay.
At lunchtime. I didn't put times on your guys' class schedule.
Fair enough.
So it is at lunchtime.
At lunch.
Yeah.
Okay.
I didn't go that granular.
Sounds good.
I'll text you then.
Okay.
Thanks.
Okay. Have fun at school. And then I put my phone away.
Izzy, as you go to Ms. Branson, you see that she has her phone out, she has her computer up, and as you Google Chadley Branson, you see a recent news article from like about an hour ago that says major shakeup in mayoral race. Gordy Fields drops out of the campaign,
We're good.
Okay.
We're good.
That's good.
No, we just got-
leaving a write-in option and the incumbent Mayor Ann Goldsmith with Chadley Branson running against her.
Okay.
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 As long as someone doesn't write in Gordy Field a million times.
Yeah, right. That would be an upset. I did roll a 6 on trying to find a picture on my own terms of
Oh yeah,
Chadley Branson.
when you Google him, any other information is taken up by news outlets taking on the story of there only being 2 candidates now, essentially.
Okay.
And you see that Ms. Branson is having a lot going on. She has many screens up, like she's got her computer up, she's got an iPad up, she's got her phone, and she's like going in between all of them. And she looks up and goes, "Hi. Hi.
Hey, what's going on?
Lots of things. This is a lot is going on. A lot's going
You
on.
have 4 screens open right now.
Yes, I do. Yes, I do.
What is happening? Is he like kind of like goes around the desk or just like take a quick?
We have to really push hard. There's only a few more days to campaign, and anybody that was gonna vote for Gordy Fields, which I don't know if there were a lot of them, but there were some. At least in any of the pre-polling, there were a solid chunk of people. We need them on our side.
Right. I could help a little.
Oh, Izzy, it's not.
I mean, if you have some good sweet photos of like your family doing something nice.
She hands you her phone and she's like, "I've got something in there if you need it. I don't know why you would need it, but I don't need anything today.
Okay.
If you have something else to do or any homework to do."
I was gonna maybe do a little homework, but I'll see if I can get anything done with this and then return your phone to you before the end of the hour.
She kind of like waves a hand and is like, "Yeah."
Oh, okay. Is he kind of just like creeps back out, just like zooms out, and she's like, "I need to find a theater." But on her way can she go through like photos and searching specifically for Charlie Branson's face with the little app thing, to find any like good wholesome photos of him with family or doing like anything like that was recreational, like sweet, like cleaning up an area of the beach,
A community cookout.
like anything community wise that he might be caught in, or just like him as a loving family man.
Yeah, you see a very good picture of him like holding Charlie up on his shoulder.
Aww.
And like they're smiling, and you see some photos from the festival in the summer.
Oh yeah, like when he directed everyone.
Yeah,
to
you
safety.
see him like directing
Right.
and like pointing, and you see a few people like running past him.
Okay.
That's
Taking that
right.
photo specifically,
Yeah.
I want to make a post on Reddit and Facebook, and just kind of have it posted. Just like, I know with the upcoming election coming up, that a lot of people are looking very closely. But I just wanted to share a story that I really wanted to talk about for some time about Charlie Branson when he was at the
Jellyfish
the Jellyfish Festival over the summer. And Izzy kind of like from like a mostly truthful standpoint, talking about how he took reign of taking care of everyone and evacuating everyone when unknown danger kind of came up, and just focusing on the good things that he did, not like that someone else didn't do something, but taking care of people, getting them all evacuated, helping like specifically for Izzy, like maybe like he helped her stand up, or like just directing them in a very calm, precise manner. Yeah. And like maybe another time if he's like at a community cookout, that he was always a very kind individual and like brought things along and made sure everyone was having a good time. And he's a very charismatic person that you want to talk to.
Roll to convince someone.
What is that? Adding?
Emotional.
Is that
Plus emotional, and you're convincing the internet.
I'm convincing the internet.
Oh,
That is a 9.
okay.
You see that the post goes fairly well. Like, there are some folks that are like, you know, well, now that Gordy's out of the race, I don't even want a mayor. Why can't we have a dog as mayor? The other towns do that. Anybody would be better than Ann Goldsmith. Hey, Ann Goldsmith is great! And you see it just essentially starts just like one of those very big like political debates on Facebook.
Right.
Yikes.
But it's gotten out there.
Okay. Izzy is going to like look for another picture probably later on to do a second post to get time to be posted. But she like now she's like getting very close to the theater, so she's like, I gotta go see Daisy.
Speaking of Bennett, she needs to feed the pink and blue Discord. She has to feed Colleen because Colleen has been dry for
You see
weeks.
Colleen is just like sitting like this, and she's
It's like an anonymous post or whatever, and it's a blurry ass picture of pink and blue at like the concert venue from yesterday. And she wants to mention like, oh, there was some girls actually talking to Blue for like a half minute or whatever, talking about something and posting it, but I want to make it like anonymous so like Colleen won't find out that I was the one who posted it.
Right.
And then I link it to the Discord. I'm like, hey, Pink and Blue were spotted at Ingleville last night! Exclamation point at Colleen. Tagging Colleen.
You see Colleen is kind of sitting like this, and she's got her iPod Touch up on the music stand, like all band kids do but aren't supposed to.
Oh yeah.
And you see the notification lights up, and she just like jumps and like grabs it and like looks it up very closely and is like, what's wrong? Pink and Blue are in Ingleville. Why am I not in Ingleville right now?
I don't know, we're in band. I don't know.
When were they in Ingleville?
When were they?
And you see that she starts like typing like a huge thing of like questions. You see she's got shortcuts to post all of these questions in there.
Everything's archived. Everything.
Oh yeah. So it's like, dot where, dot when, and it's just like, when were they spotted? What were they doing? Where were they at? Who was with them?
And you see Josh comments on it and is like, we got everything taken care of. They're pretty cool.
So Josh revealed that he met them. Colleen is not gonna let him go.
Colleen's like, who is this? Who is this man? Who? Excuse me, sir. Who are you? Why are you in this Discord? Are you even a sir? Are your pronouns he, him? How do I address you? How can I get more information?
That was the guy that you temporarily suspended because he kept on asking about the boba shop the past.
Oh, Boba Boy. And you see her typing, and Mr. Strickland is talking as she's kind of going, and he goes, now.
I nudge her.
Now, I know what you're all thinking. Christmas concert's coming up. We will be playing Winter Jams with a Z. And he points to the board, and you see Christmas. Underneath it, it says Winter Jams with a Z. He goes, you know, after then, we have our winter break. I will need communication from you, and I will need you all to practice again because we have dates for solo and ensemble.
That's right.
And you see he like points down, and solo and ensemble is like mid-January.
Okay.
And he goes, we are going to need all hands on deck because you know if we get good scores, we'll be able to go. We will be able to go to states. And if we get good scores at states. And then he points and it goes, so one-way ticket to Timbers Point for us.
You see Sandra is in class, and you see that she like raises her French horn
Oh, yay, she's back to
in
normal.
excitement. And
Yay.
behind you in percussion, you feel the drumstick. Yep.
He
And
pokes me?
Lucas pokes you and goes, "Timbers Point, baby.
Timbers
Point." He's also like, "Hey, Sandra's doing better.
Oh, good.
Yeah. I know I kind of unloaded on you that I was a little worried, but she's cool. We're good."
Yeah, she looks cool too. She's wearing her normal stuff.
He smiles and goes, "Yeah, she is. She does look cool."
Willis is like,
Lysandra? Question?
Lucas and Sandra? Question mark?
He's like, I mean, you know, you look cool. Colleen looks cool. More like Cooleen, am I right?
Boo.
He goes, yeah, that was bad.
He's just trying to cover up for himself.
And
As the boys can't reveal emotions yet.
Willis smirks inside. She's like, oh, I know exactly what I'm gonna do too for this.
and Colleen looks up and she goes,
Wait, Timbers Point, why do we need to go to Timbers Point?
That's the reward we get of all of our hard work.
I mean, yeah.
And if we get extra good things, then we all go for free.
and she like takes your hand and she goes, "Willa, look in my look at my eyes. Look in my eyes.
What?
We have confirmation on these magical beings. What is so important about Timbers Point when we have this?"
Timbers Point is in June, okay? So we'll focus on Pink and Blue now. Timbers Point in June.
Roll to convince someone.
+2. 8.
She sits and she goes into the Discord. "Do you think that magical beings would enjoy roller coasters?"
Well, it's
I feel like Izzy would respond, be like, well, the two of them have wings. So I feel like this would just be another form of flying, but not actual
but
flying.
they would be constrained to a moving cart.
So maybe they wouldn't like it as much because
But their
like,
wings
they can
even
fly.
fit in the cart.
Izzy kind of gets like this contemplative, like,
They could enjoy roller coasters because their anatomy is too magical.
wings get injured.
Ah.
Puts her trumpet to the side and starts trying to draw it out. Like, if you rode a roller coaster, would they ride it like this or like this?
Like how would their wings
Think of the aerodynamics with the coaster, like the extra wind friction with the wing.
Oh
Train
God,
goes
it's
slower.
See, physics found a way into the conversation.
Izzy, you make it to the auditorium.
Oh God.
Okay. And it's just you walk in and it's a big auditorium because this is a fantasy world and we have a lovely funded arts program.
Well funded.
It was funded by Obadiah Schwartz. Yes,
It was
yes.
funded by Schwartz,
As Jazz has mentioned.
much fancy.
You do see the nameplate that says lovingly donated by the Schwartz family.
Okay.
And you see that Daisy's like sitting on the stage and she's kind of kicking her feet. And she looks up and she waves you down.
Izzy kind of just does like the nervous like half wave high and just kind of like walks down the aisle between the seats and she's just like looking and she's like, wow, this is a very big theater. She can't remember the last time that she was in it and she's like, I'm not gonna be up on that stage in front of all those people. Holy shit. So she's consumed by like some of those thoughts as she like gets close to Daisy.
Daisy extends a hand down and she goes, I know what you're thinking. It's only like 600 seats. And we never sell out, so.
That's a lot of seats though. And Izzy takes her hand and like kind of like lets herself get hoisted up onto the base of the stage and like looks over at the seats and she's like, are you sure this is 600 seats? That looks like a lot more than 600 seats.
Yeah, you get used to it.
Well, I mean, this is a pretty small stage when you think about it. Like, I went to a concert with my parents for one of their raves when I was like 8, and it was like massive.
Baby rave.
Baby rave. It was a little baby rave.
Yeah, like the little noise protective headphones on to protect your little kid ears.
Yeah. And she went to this, like, and Izzy's like talking about this huge stadium that she went to for a concert, and another time they went to like a little like day rave type, and like she's like, there's so many people.
It was like a silent disco.
Like all these different things, and Izzy's like, I think I still might have those headphones somewhere in the basement. They don't fit anymore, but like I think I still have them.
No, but that's really fun.
Yeah, I don't know. I always thought about how it would be like to perform with like a huge stadium. Like my dad put me on his shoulders once, and I could see like all of the people behind us. It was insane.
And Daisy kind of like nudges you and she goes, well, I mean, you know, after last night's performance, I think Pink would be pretty good there. That was...
Pinkella's having a one and done performance. She's good.
What are you talking about? You came with the energy. That was...
I didn't know what else to do. But you guys went along with it great, so you know. Acting comes in clutch with it.
She smiles and she goes, you handled yourself really well.
Thanks. Yeah. I was like, okay, what the fuck do we do? And I'm like, well, I already pretended to be a drag queen 2 seconds earlier, so.
Your dad was very impressed with you. He was telling me all about, you know, how adding in a surprise performer was a great option for our band.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of things you can do with bands. I've seen some that like bring in a whole drum line or violins and trumpets and trombones, and I really like having the added like instrument into a performance. I've never really seen another person come up unless they were like a one-off singer with a song, but I still think it's kind of cool to like add something into the mix of what you do to give it a different sound.
Daisy kind of like leans back a little bit and she goes,
are you thinking about something new for the Bandits then?
Here and there, you know.
Yeah.
We've got a lot to work on.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of stuff. A lot of irons in the fire. There were supposed to be some scouts there yesterday, but I don't know if they got lost in the crossfire with all the monsters and stuff.
I'm sorry about that. I did think they would come into the concert venue. I was like, perfect. There's the crowd of cover. Like they wouldn't want to mess with this. And then I'm like, never mind. That's actually more of a detriment to us.
No.
If they show up.
And you see, like,
they're supposed to be scouts. Where
they,
from?
She kind of shrugs and she goes, I don't know, that's one of those things whenever you book a venue, they go, oh, you know, there's gonna be folks from the record label out and all of that, but
so it's just like for you guys to pull off your best performance, but there might not actually be anyone.
She nods and she goes, yeah, you know,
I think we at least did a fine job.
Yeah, I think you guys did great. I really do.
thanks.
Yeah. For whatever your next concert is, maybe you should, I don't know, add fireworks or something. Who knows? Why not?
She rolls her eyes and she's like, yeah, fireworks, you know, could be something.
So
what I wanted to tell you was Miss Fields is out.
Oh.
And she's like not here. And Izzy explains when she did the divination last night, how she looks when she's in the hospital, and the potential missing sand that could also still be a factor controlling her or any other thing. And so Izzy kind of like slumps down a little bit and she's like, so it's not entirely over whatever is happening.
okay.
And I tried to see where the sand might be, and sand, it's a lot of sand. It's like in too many places for me to see. I saw like a bedroom I didn't see, I saw a desk, I saw the rift, like other flashes that I can't make out. And I was like, I want it all to get figured out. I want it all to be gone so I can finally focus on other things, but it's not smart to ditch lunch and go to the hospital because I am not the one that can heal Mrs. Fields. It has to be Willa. That's not what I'm good at.
Right.
And I'm just not sure what to do entirely, you know? It just seems like a lot.
You see Daisy kind of sits up and she goes, okay, well, what does your schedule look like tomorrow?
I can Currently, I don't have anything, but Willa has 2 dates kind of lined up.
Jeez, Willa.
Something like that.
Willa sneezes in the middle of like the 7th measure of like the next song. Just
You're playing Here Comes Santa Claus and you just sneeze in the middle of it.
no, it's Jingle Bells or whatever. Do 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 do.
It's perfectly timed along, and no one notices except for Colleen.
He's like, that was really good.
That was so on purpose.
And Lucas is like, no, that was really good on beat.
Lucas loses his shit in the back.
He's the one with the jingle bells too. He's the one with the little.
I thought he would be the one with the clapper. He'd be
And he just absolutely dropped it. It was like, Willa wins, Willa wins.
He's like, I'm done. I tap out, and he like taps on the floor. He's like fucking drying.
But Daisy's like,
Well, like, do you think healing her is going to help?
I'm not sure. Actually, and Izzy kind of pulls over her backpack, and she flips over the back to find Stanley.
I live.
Hello, Daisy. How are you doing today? It's good to see you.
Good to see you too, Stanley. Hi.
Hello, Izzy. Let me say hello to your friend.
Izzy kind of blushes at that. And she kind of doesn't exactly pull him out, but like has it open so he can see both.
Yeah, and you see Daisy still just kind of like staring, like a little like, this is still weird for her. But you see Stanley and he's like,
It seems like everything's going okay, at least.
I have a question because it might not. And she kind of like, I don't know how much you kind of overheard, but and she re-explains about Mrs. Fields in the sand to Stanley, and to maybe get some insight onto, is it the sand still? Is it just Miss Fields that needs to get healed? Let's see. I know there's like the little roll that you can do once a day.
It's like guidance from the
guidance.
From the animal.
I was just looking to
companion.
see what modifiers we add to that.
I don't know.
Maybe
it looks like a little like narwhal little. There we go. Right there.
This is a pure chance roll. Okay.
Oh, jeez.
So just roll 2d6.
Okay.
Get some spicy dice in there. Spicy dice.
Look at us reading.
I was like, right. Here, do you want to roll one of the? Okay. I'll just do 2 pet wins. It works. Pretty please.
A 4 and a 2.
Yeah, that's a 42. That's a 6. Read on. Nope.
Ooh, it's splendid. You see Stanley and he goes,
Wait, yeah, you saw Mrs. Fields, right?
Through divination, I saw her, and she kind of seemed to know that I was looking at her.
Damn it, Izzy, that's not good.
Well, no, but someone said that she was like out in the hospital, and I need to confirm that it was actually Mrs. Fields or not.
Who else would it? Okay, I understand your thought process.
Or like if she was like completely knocked out, like what we were gonna walk into, where she was in the hospital, so I don't have to try and ask.
This feels like a trip to me. This feels like our lovely friend Mariana's just laying a little breadcrumb trail for you.
So do we just leave Mrs. Fields completely incapacitated?
I don't.
and Daisy goes,
You're not
that
here right
doesn't
now."
seem very fair.
And Stanley looks and goes, listen, we had an interaction with Mariana.
Yeah.
It was a little too close for my comfort for where you and Willa are at with your powers right now. Like, I'm not saying you guys aren't strong. And you see him look very serious and he goes, you're incredibly strong. And you've grown a ton since we started a working relationship here.
Our friendship, as I may even say. if you would be down with that. I don't want to assume nothing.
Right, yeah, of course.
But the thing is that Mariana forced Willa out of her transformation. I feel what she could do to you guys, because she's...
But I mean, is it not a danger to still have that sand out there? To have Mrs. Fields be like in like almost a comatose type state?
I mean,
Isn't there anything we could do?
The most that we could do, it's like picking up sand on a beach. You're not going to be able to pick up individual grains.
It's rift sand.
If it was overwhelming you that much, Izzy, there's too much of it out there.
It's something we can keep our eyes on, but it's not gonna be done in a night. This is
an ongoing mission.
this is something that we're gonna have to focus on no matter what's going on, no matter where you're at. You know?
Right. Izzy kind of nods, like she understands, but she's very sad about this because in the back of her head, she wanted this to be done so she could maybe ask Krill out.
He puts a little hand on like the extent of his ball and like he rolls it forward so that the ball is touching your hand.
He's like, listen, I'm not saying that you need to drop everything now and just focus on this. This is just part and parcel of the magical girl thing. And sorry, Daisy, that I really can't bestow any powers upon you or anything. And I haven't really talked to anybody from home like that. But this is an all hands on deck situation. So like, we need you on it. We need Willa on it. We need the new kid and
Benny.
Pretty boy, yeah. We need you all on this one.
Don't say that to Benny. He's gonna get a big ego.
The okay boy.
What am I not supposed to say it? He's a pretty boy. She's a pretty girl. They're very pretty people. You know it.
And Daisy's like, oh boy, I'm so glad this starfish thinks I'm hot.
He's like, I think you're hot too.
And you see that she kind of like chokes out her own breath for a second.
Like, well. And Stanley goes, I know that's not exactly the news you want to hear, but I'm a little nervous because I don't know the intricacies of what Mariana can do anymore. And I don't know who she's talking to, and I don't know what connection she has. If she was able to force you out of a magic role, that's not good.
Right. Okay. Well, we'll move slow.
He nods and he goes, I think it's best to go slow in a lot of things.
And he kind of like, he glances up to Daisy and like looks at you like,
Izzy kind of flushes very badly, and she's like, "Okay, Stan."
okay.
And she drops like a little like Keurig coffee pack in there. And like puts it down slow.
It's a cold brew, so the water doesn't have to be hot.
Yeah.
And Izzy kind of just like puts the bag next to her again, and she just lays back on the stage to like look up at the stage lights, and she's like, "Yes, it's not gonna get done today." Okay.
Daisy lays back beside you and is like, nope. I mean, there's a lot going on today.
Yeah. There's tryouts. There's the rest of the school day.
Yeah.
Willa has 2 dates tomorrow.
Jeez, Willa. Yeah. Where? Same guy or?
2 different guys.
Oh, look at her.
I don't know what's gonna happen because technically I don't think one has said that he's even interested. It's Josh. Josh Chase, the son of the police guy.
She wrinkles her nose.
The one
and
that
goes,
he's like beat up a couple times in the
swim
past.
kid.
Yeah, swim kid.
That's
And then
something.
it's Carbondale swim kid, Caleb. That is the other one, but he's actually asked her out on a date.
Oh.
And has called her pretty. And has wanted to go take her on a date. Well, Josh
Huh.
has been a stubborn little insecure boy.
Well,
Not afraid to say it. He needs to get over himself a little bit.
And yeah, he's, you know.
If
Like-
he actually wants to date Willa, he needs to admit that he likes Willa and ask her out. Because right now, it's only Caleb.
Yeah, well, Caleb,
So I guess technically it's not a date. They're just watching a matinee of World War II.
the entire war.
Whatever matinee is happening, that's what they're seeing. But I'm kind of glad that's what's happening because that means I don't go with her.
Daisy
Izzy
kind
kinda
of
like-
like and goes, yeah, that doesn't sound great.
Izzy kind of looks at deadpan and she's like, I've seen it 4 times over different kinds, but I've gone to like 4 or 5 different shows probably in the last 2 years alone. That's not counting whatever happened in middle school.
Dedication, is he?
I had nothing else to do that day.
You're a good friend, it seems.
Yeah. I love it. I don't know. It's like going alone to movies is a fun thing in itself, but I'm not gonna lie, it's kind of interesting. It's some cool shit.
Are you gonna like touch him?
Yeah.
Like, touch me. I'm not here.
What's going on over here?
And
I know Kumiko's still with you too.
but I can't really focus right now because we have to run over that line where I sneeze through the part of
You gotta be ready.
You gotta be ready.
And there's like something happened and the Banjo was just like, hey, that clap was off. We gotta go through it again.
No, he
Why are you
heard
laughing?
sneeze.
Lucas, why are you on the floor?
Bless you.
Thank you.
Can't do that in any performance.
No.
That is a practice room only sneeze time.
Okay, I'll make sure to keep on doing it.
Yeah, but as Izzy is laying there, she kind of just like, it's like, I like this. We should have a picnic or something. Because at least there won't be like 12 suns bearing down on me right now.
I mean,
Leave these on.
I can turn them on.
You can also turn them off.
Izzy's like, no, you can stay laying down here. That's fine. And during I wish she's gonna just turn all the lights off.
A little dim.
And it's a little dim. Yep. A little like I wish dim, and she kind of looks at Daisy. She's like, I didn't want you to get up.
Do you change the gels in them to a different color?
I can. Oh God, what's a good color?
Like soft colors, like maybe like a purple and a yellow.
A purple and a yellow.
Yeah.
Oh my God, you stop it. Sure. There'll be like
Because you got a lot on your I wish there.
Yeah, I did.
You have a whole 3, so I was like, you can do more if you want.
Oh my God, lights off. Purple and yellow ones on there, kind of softer, not actually overhead of us. I don't even know what I can do.
Make sure that the doors are locked so no one walks in.
Yeah. Actually, that's a really good. All the doors in the auditorium are locked.
Yeah.
Scandal.
And she kind of like looks at Daisy, very like bashfully, and she's like, "I locked all the doors. If that's okay.
It's not serial killer at all.
Yeah, I mean,
Want anyone to walk in?" And then like Izzy kind of like reaches her hand over and kind of just like holds Daisy's hand.
she takes it and she goes, I appreciate that.
Kind of glad that most of this magic stuff is done, because gotta be honest, I just wanted some time for just us. You know?
I think that's why I really wanted this all to be done, because then I feel like it could just be us.
Well, you know what they say, evil never rests, so...
Oh, that bitch is gonna fucking go. Fuck no.
I mean, it wasn't gonna be that easy for you guys to just beat the monster and save the day and then be done with all of this. Like,
Alaskan bullworm.
from what Benny's told me about your guys' little escapades, it's a lot more in depth.
Can be. It's gotten a lot. This one was a lot more difficult, just because of people being taken over rather than slimes putting people to sleep. Or Alaskan bullworms tunneling underneath. It's like, this is the first time where people were so involved in something that you had to discern what was really happening.
That's really freaky, dude. Like,
Yeah.
that's a lot on just you guys.
Well, not like we can really tell many people what's going on. I mean, it's not like the police force can come out and subdue an entire ocean.
yeah, and like Officer Chase would do anything like that, you know?
Oh, jeez. Oh, that would be kind of interesting to see what he'd do. What would he do? Just like rip off the little Velcro pants, just beat his speedo, just dive into the ocean, start beating it with a stick? Like, what would he be doing?
Daisy like is laughing so hard that she kind of snorts a little bit, and she's like, "What an image that is, though."
Okay, so part of being friends with the World War II buff is you also hear about a lot of other history shit. One being, you know, the time that I think it was someone from Rome sent an army to go attack Poseidon, so an army started stabbing the water.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And like that's just what I imagine what Mr. Chase would be doing.
Got his little Billy Club, and he's looking.
Just like, come on.
I mean, you know, if Willa's date with Josh goes well, then they could talk about that. You know, put some ideas in his head.
The fact that they're going on a date, and as he kind of puts it, like some air quotes up, is surprising in and of itself. I'm very excited to see what's gonna happen.
Yeah, you know, the fact that they're getting a real date before us is kind of ridiculous.
We went on a real date.
Well,
We went to the arcade. We went to Boom and Boosters.
She nods and she goes,
that's true. That does count.
So you want another date?
she looks a little
Do you wanna go
embarrassed
on a
and
date
she
tomorrow?
goes,
Yeah. Yeah, I do.
Okay. Whose turn is it to pick it out? Is it my turn? I think it's my turn. It's my turn. It's my turn. I've
I
decided.
can pick it if you want.
I've decided. It's my turn.
I'm gonna plan something. You don't know we have to fight for it.
Okay. I get the next one.
She goes, okay, all right.
I already have an idea.
Oh.
Now you don't get to know it. You don't get to know it.
Oh, all right, it's a surprise then.
Yeah, and so I think Izzy just could spend the rest of the time just like kind of like having like a very chill time here with Daisy.
She holds your hand and she holds it like pretty consistently. Like she's like not letting go.